There's been a few changes to the Japanese visa situation. There's one question I keep getting. Can you do more than one 90-day visa per year in Japan? Yes, you can have more than one 90-day stay in Japan in a single year, but the exact rules depend on how you're entering. If you're from a visa-free entry country like the UK's good relations with Japan, citizens of visa-exempt countries like the UK, you don't need a visa for short trips. You can be admitted. It's automatic, 90 days per visit. Each time you enter Japan, you can typically be you're granted 90 days automatic immigration. If you meet the requirements, you just have to say what you're there for, just for tourism, whatever. There's no official fixed cap on the number of times you can enter in a year. Stated visa waiver rules, so multiple entries, multiple 90-day visas are possible. So you just have to do a visa run. That's what a lot of us do. You go there for 3 months and do a little trip to one of the neighbouring countries, and then you come back to Japan. This happens a lot all around the world. People live for semi-long times in other countries, and they do a visa run every 90 days. You can just get a cheap little flight somewhere. There are a few things you have to consider. If it looks like you're trying to live there without the proper long stay visa, then there might be a few issues with that. I can help you with that, but this is what most of us are doing. We are planning to do 90 days at a time. Do a visa run after 3 months, visit some of the other countries, do a little holiday, and then you come back again. This is an option. You can get free accommodation in Japan. The biggest thing that I'm helping people with is what I've learned about Akiya in Japan. The Japanese population is falling by about 1 million people every year, and they're building lots of new homes, which I think is absurd, but they are. That is a situation. So there's millions, well, there's tens of millions of Akiya, which is a Japanese word for empty, abandoned home. Now, in the countryside, there's plentiful, and they encourage you to take one of these Akiya. You can choose one, hopefully one that's been recently abandoned. You can say, this is now mine. I can help you to do the land registry checks. We take a picture of the front of it. There's always a little sign at the front with the address on it, because it's very different in Japan to other countries. It's not you've got High Street 1, 2, 3. It doesn't work like that in Japan. Each house has got an address. Take a picture of that. I can cut and paste it and put that address into the land registry, and I can get the name of whoever is the owner of that property on land registry. Every property has got a Japanese name, someone who owns it. Now you take that name and that address and you go to another database, and you can see if that person deceased. If it looks like that property, no one's been in there for a long time, it looks like it's abandoned, I can check when that person deceased. And if it was a little while ago, that person has deceased, but their name is still on land registry. That's not conclusive, but that's a good indication that this place has been abandoned. It is Akiya. The nearest family members, the next of kin, have the option of inheriting it. They will get contacted and be asked the question, would you like to inherit this property? Much of the time, they choose not to, because to inherit the property, they would have to pay inheritance tax, which is massive. Plus, they are then responsible for land tax and other things, maybe the electricity, water, standing charges, things like that. There's a lot of ongoing costs, which is why much of the time, even really beautiful, amazing Japanese homes are not inherited by the next of kin. They choose not to inherit them. That means there is no owner to this house now. The last owner has deceased. The next of kin have decided not to inherit it. It is now Akiya. It is abandoned. You could say the government of Japan owns it possibly, but it's really nobody owns it. It is abandoned. Now, there are loads of beautiful homes like this, especially away from the high population areas. But now, recently, the population of Japan is falling to such an extent for so many decades now. You're starting to see really amazing abandoned homes in high population areas like the ones you're seeing on the screen now. We're starting to see that now, and this will only increase. The rate of the Japanese population decrease is going up. the decline in population, it's about 1 million people every year declining. I think that will increase to 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 million people a year. The population is falling by, and they're still building new homes. So this is why Japan is an amazing country to have as a regular place to visit, or to even semi-retire out there, or to like spend most of the year there. You could spend most of the time there, especially for Westerners, because the Western currencies go a long way in Japan, a very long way. If you could have some kind of fixed income, I've been helping people lately who from the UK who had, I think it's called universal credit, and there's other, somebody had some kind of disability payment or something like that. This could be from any country, from America or another Western country. If you got some kind of fixed income in your country in the West, you might be living in poverty or just above poverty. It's hard to get by because of the depreciating purchasing power of your promissory notes, your Western currencies. I mean, in Britain, a lot of people are talking about this now. The purchasing power of the pound sterling in the UK is getting very low. Even the basic things require so many pounds now. But the pound sterling in Japan goes a long, long, long way. You can go to 100 yen sushi bar and you can have sushi for about 30 pence. There's one of my favourite restaurants is called Caesarea. It's an Italian restaurant, but they do all sorts of food. And it is so incredibly cheap. Really high quality wine is pence rather than pounds. And good dish is like I say, it's pence. It's less than a pound in British pound sterling. It's just a couple hundred yen. And I think the yen is going to continue to fall at this rate. So this is why I think Japan is a very good option to think about, to do a grey gap year or to early retirement. The two things are that the Japanese currency is falling very fast. That is in our favour as Westerners. You can get a free home, and the numbers of homes that you can choose from for free is increasing as the Japanese population falls. We have a consulting business. We will help you. We do Akiya hunting, where we will help you to give you a load of Akiya to look at, and you will choose one. I like this place. We'll do the land registry checks. We'll do the database checks. We will get you in there. That's all part of the service, and I'll help you clean if you want. You know, you can pay us for that. We'll help you clean, get you started there. We can do scavenging to get you your furniture, and we'll start the process off. If you've lived there, you're a squatter in this place that you've chosen, and you don't have to be there all year round, but you just prove that you've occupied it for 10 years. If you do it now, 2026, by 2036, you'll be able to claim it as your own if you want to. There's a few stipulations, there's a few complications that might be up. The law is if you're a squatter for between 10 to 20 years, it might be 20 years. You could then claim it as your own. We don't know what the situation will be in 20 years' time. Maybe it'll be a very valuable property, maybe not, we don't know. But the point is, it could be yours if you chose to be a squatter for that long. A lot of people aren't thinking that far ahead. They're just thinking, look, I just want free accommodation every time I go to Japan. There's quite a few of us now from the UK who can plan 2 or 3 trips a year to Japan for 90 days at a time or thereabouts. And you might just do a visa run to one of the local countries very cheap and fly back for another 90 days. Or you might come all the way back to the UK. Flights are about £300 for a return flight from the UK to Japan. It's not so easy to get it. You won't find these flights on Skyscanner, on Cheap Flights UK and all the popular websites, but I can help you to book the £300 return flights. You can have 2 or 3 trips to Japan every year, and you will absolutely love it. There's so many reasons to love Japan. And from what I can see, the West is in decline. The East is rising in so many ways. The East is better. A lot of people are thinking of getting out of the West. A lot of people are thinking of getting out of the UK. Keir Starmer once said, if you don't like the changes we are making, the door is open, you can leave. And there are many people taking him up on that offer. The taxes are going up, the cost of living is going up, the currency is going down. In the UK, the currency is going down, but in the East, the purchasing power of that currency is going up, and you can live much better quality of life in the East, particularly in Japan. But there are many good countries around there. You know, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Philippines, Sri Lanka, and there's so many others. The pound goes a long, long way out there. But a lot of those countries haven't got the same quality of life as Japan. The thing about Japan is it's the best of both worlds. You've got the advantage of your Western currencies going a long way. You can buy a lot for a little that you can in all those countries I just mentioned. But Japan didn't used to be that way because it's a very wealthy nation, high quality nation with good infrastructure. But now you've got the good infrastructure, the quality of life, the quality of goods, the quality of food, you know, the hygiene, sanitary, all these things. But you've also got the advantages of the currency going a long way. Those countries that are really not so good hygiene, sanitary, and like there's places in Cambodia, Philippines, Manila, where the pound goes a long, long way near the slum-like conditions. But of course, it's very hard living there. In Japan, you've got all those advantages without the slum-like conditions. It's like the opposite of slum-like conditions. You've got very high quality of life, very good people, very good future. If you would like to plan a couple of 90-day trips to Japan every year, £300 return flight, you can get free accommodation, very cheap cost of living. Plus, if it's your first time to Japan, there's many things you don't know. Send me an email. We'll book a consultation. You can come over. You might want to go over on your own, explore on your own, or if you want to, we do group trips and we do Akiya hunting, and you can learn a lot if you'd like to get involved with us. So please, first step is send me an email. We'll book a consultation. I charge £50 for half an hour, but that includes then lots of other questions after. You'll be sending when you're booking your flight, you'll have loads of questions. You can ask me any question you like. That's all part of the service. And if you'd like to get together with us at the same time, we're planning a trip this summer, 2026. We'll be maybe June, July, sometime around then. There's a few of us going to be going over then. You might want to fly with us, or you could meet us over there, do some Akiya hunting, choose your first Akiya, and this will be your home. We'll get you in there,